Hello, my name is Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 26 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot Challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to be building an induction matrix, which is basically a giant battery, and I will be setting up a system to manage the waste coming out of my fission reactor, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to build is the induction matrix to hold the energy that my fission reactor and turbine will be producing, because it will be producing a lot of energy, and actually the fission reactor is very tunable. If we go to stats right here, we can set the burn rate of fuel at different margin or different amounts. Right now, the default is 0.1 millibuckets per tick of fuel. However, we can crank that quite a bit up. So that's one thing we will consider moving forward. So I want to put my induction matrix in here, and actually I'm going to be getting rid of this torch right here. As well as I'm actually going to knock out the floor right here, because I would like to set my induction matrix kind of in the floor. So let's get the items that we will need and get rid of some stuff here. So the induction matrix is pretty easy to build. It is a multi-block from the mod Mekanism. The induction casings will go around the outside, and on the inside we have a few different blocks we can use, and they are induction cells and induction providers. So induction cells provide the actual capacity of the induction matrix itself. The induction matrix, if you have it with just casings, it will not hold any power, and it will not be able to transfer any power. So these induction cells right here allow it to hold energy. So the induction providers, and there are four different tiers of each one of these. The induction providers basically allow the induction matrix to output energy, and the induction providers give different rates, and they are stackable. So right here I have two of the ultimate induction providers, which provide an output of 52.4 million forge energy per tick. However, I will have two of them in my induction matrix, so that will be over 100 million forge energy per tick, which is way more than energy than I will ever need. We will also need some induction ports, so let's grab some of those. And these are basically where we get the IO from for the induction matrix. I think I'm going to need, let's go ahead and grab 5 of them. I think that's going to be more than I will need. And let's also grab a wand so that we can build this a little bit quicker. So first off, let's grab the induction casings, and let's make the shell of this structure. So I want to make it 5 by 5 by 5. And it will be hollow. So let's grab this and make it be left, right. And now let's build up. And once again, my cat goes crazy while I'm trying to do Minecraft. Oh well, you know, whatever. Ethan can be in the video too. Not really sure why he does this, but anyways. So we're just gonna build this hollow 5 by 5 by 5. And the reason why I wanted to set it in the floor is so that the top level of this induction matrix right here is so that it's the ultimate universal cable actually has room to pass over it. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and continue here. And actually, I should have grabbed my wand to make this a little bit easier here. So let's set the, or make sure it's set left to right, and we will do that. And then, and now we can just finish it off. So that is a valid structure. However, it has no capacity. It cannot output or input anything. So let's go ahead and break this up right here. So what I want to do is I want to have one input kind of right here on, oh, sorry. Let's set that down so that we can kind of work up here. So what we're going to do right here is this is going to be an input. This is going to be an output. And I'm actually going to break that because I'm going to have another output right there. So let's go ahead and get these induction ports. And actually, I'm going to need my configurator, I believe, as well. So let's grab that. And let's set the configurator right here. So let's go ahead and do the first one. So this is going to be an input. And I do want that to be input. Why is that not connecting up? Oh, it's probably because this is not a valid structure right now. So back there, we're going to have that be an output. So that would be red. And this right here will also be an output. So let's go ahead and do that. And they do connect up once it is a valid structure. So let's go ahead and hook this up right here. And then let's get rid of this. So right now this has no capacity, it doesn't hold anything, so we can fix that by adding blocks to the interior. So this is where our induction cells and induction providers go. So I'm just going to place, let's do 10 of these because I have 10 made, and then 2 of the induction providers. And then let's seal this up and look at the stats now that that's done. So as we can see, we are getting energy in, and that's because we had some energy in this cable right here. However, this cable is now segregated away from the rest of my system, and it's hooked up to this turbine, which is obviously not doing anything just yet because my reactor is not on. So one thing I do want to do is I actually want to control my reactor by using my induction matrix. So basically, anytime my induction matrix does not have a certain amount of energy, I want my reactor to kick on. And we can do this pretty simply by adding some ports. So let's go ahead and grab an induction port right here. And I think I need to set this to output mode, but I might not. Let's actually try it without. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a redstone comparator. And I'm misspelling comparator. So let's grab that. And what this should do is it should give off a redstone signal, basically dependent upon how much energy this has in it. Right now it has basically no energy in it. I know 20 million forge energy is not nothing, but compared to how much it holds, it basically has no energy in it at this point. And right now it actually does have no energy. So this will output no redstone signal. So what we're gonna do with this is I'm actually going to run redstone away from this. I'm going to grab a redstone torch and a redstone repeater. And so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to have a short line of redstone. And actually, this is going to be a super short line of redstone. And then a redstone repeater with a, let's get concrete to make this look a little better. A concrete block. We're going to put this right here, and then a redstone torch. And then right here, I am going to knock that out real fast, and I'm going to get a reactor, fission reactor port. So what this will allow me to do is if I put this back, the reactor should keep its inventory. What I can do is I can actually use my configurator here to set this to be, hang on, actually, I think maybe I need a special port for this, so sorry about that. Yeah, it does look like I will probably need a special port here. So, sorry. It's the logic adapter. Let me see if I have that. I do. Sorry about that. So I need the fission logic adapter here. So what we can do is we can set this to be activated when powered with redstone. So that is not on, obviously. Activate the reactor when powered and deactivate when unpowered. So let me try. Okay, so now it's on, and that's working as it should. We are getting nuclear waste, and it is producing, it's producing some waste, not very much as of right now, and it is also producing power or steam, which should be producing power over here. So let's see if that is happening. We're not getting any flow. So what did we do wrong here? So this is ultimate pressurized tube. Are we getting any steam in here? We are not. So I might have this set up wrong. So let's go ahead and shut this off. And okay, so there's nothing in here, and I do need to make sure that that is the case. I do want this to be an output, and I need to be output coolant. And okay, so I'm not really sure why. Okay, so maybe it's the temperature isn't high enough yet. So let's go ahead and kick that up. So I'm going to set this to 1. That's 10 times what it was to begin with. And as you can see, I'm making a lot more waste right now. I'm also finally producing steam. So that's cool. And I'm producing 33,000 forge energy per tick, which is not a lot right now, to be honest, but it is something. So, and I actually can't see inside my turbine. Well, I can right here, I guess. So one thing I definitely do want to do is I want to kick up my reactor and have it produce more steam than this. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off because we need to set up the system to deal with the waste. And that system will be back here. So I actually have some rooms dug out, this room and then this room and then one more down here. These are going to be just where I'm going to store my waste. However, I can process the waste down. So let's look at the nuclear waste right here. So this is what comes out of the reactor. It is nuclear waste. And what we can do is we can do two just separate things with it. For right now, I do not have access to the solar neutron activator. However, I can make a system with the isotopic centrifuge. So what we're going to do is we're going to centrifuge the nuclear waste into plutonium, and then we are going to combine the plutonium with fluorite dust and water to get plutonium pellets and spent nuclear waste. And then that spent nuclear waste will be held in this room and the 2 rooms below it. And at some point, and we'll probably build even more rooms because I will be producing quite a bit of nuclear waste probably. So let's get an isotopic centrifuge. Let's get all of the machines that we need. So I think I need a crusher, and I'm going to use the ultimate crushing factory. Let's get rid of that redstone because I don't need it in any of the induction matrix stuff because I don't need that anymore. I don't think I need the wand. I will need another bucket of water. So let's grab that. I need a pressurized reaction chamber. So let's see if I have those made up. I do. I have one anyways. And then I will also need an enrichment chamber. Let's see here. And we do have some of those. So I'm also going to need energy, obviously. So let me grab some of the ultimate cabling for that. Ultimate universal cable. And I will need ultimate pressurized tube as well. Actually, quite a bit of this. So let's go ahead and craft up some of this. Yeah, that should be fine. And let's start building. So the first thing I want to do is I do want to build the centrifuge because that's where the system kind of starts. So let's put that right here. And okay, so I need to build a port to get the waste out. So let's build that port. I'm going to see if I can't build it underneath. I don't know if I can or not. You know what? Let's not worry about that. Let's just build it up here. So I do need a reactor port. I don't need that glass, so let's put that reactor port here. And then let me grab my configurator and set this to be output waste, and that is fantastic. So let's grab this pressurized tube. So one thing to note is be extremely careful with pressurized tube or any machines that have nuclear waste in them or anything that is radioactive, because if I were to break this right now, it would cause issues. I would have radiation in my world, and that would be bad. I would start taking damage, and that is not what we want to see. So this is going, it does go relatively quickly, and I could speed up with some speed upgrades. I don't think that's going to be necessary right now. So I do need to hook this up to power, and looks like I have planned to pass through power right here. So let's grab that. Let's grab the universal cable here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this underground right here. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. And then I'll just run this underneath the machines. So actually, I want to get rid of this jasper under here as well and replace it with maybe concrete, just to make things look a little bit nicer. So let me grab some concrete, some more concrete anyways, and let's go ahead and run the energy conduit like I want it, and then kind of place the concrete around so that I can't see any of the jasper. Okay, so there's going to be 3 jasper blocks I need to get rid of right here. And then let's do that. That jasper block as well. And this one back here. Now, I need to be extremely careful not to knock out my centrifuge right now, because that would cause radiation to go into the overworld, and that would be bad. So this will be a stone block, and there we go. So cool. That looks as good as it's going to look. So now we have this plutonium, and we need to send that to a pressurized reaction chamber. And that pressurized reaction chamber is going to go right here. The plumbing for this is actually going to be a little bit more complicated. And actually, you know what? Let's put the pressurized reaction chamber right here, because I actually need 3 inputs and 1 output from this pressurized reaction chamber, as well as giving it energy. So basically, I need to have access to 5 of the sides, and putting it along the back wall is not going to be ideal. Although I guess I could probably run my water from the back wall. Do I have anything? You know what? I think I am going to place it right here, because I can put my water system back here, and it can kind of be out of sight, out of mind. So let's go ahead and do that. One of the things the pressurized reaction chamber needs is water. So let's ultimate universal cable right here, and then let's get a pump. And I just need 1 of those, and I forgot they don't stack, so yeah, that's not a problem. So let's put that pump, I think, right here, and then I'll have the water source block underneath it. So let's make that happen real quick. Okay, so this should have water in it. It shouldn't need much water, so let's go ahead and run this energy conduit. Yeah, this will be fine. Ultimate universal cable right there, and then actually the way I have this is not super ideal. I might want to rotate this, so let me go to rotate mode and do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this. I'm going to remove that. I'm actually going to run this kind of over here, because I actually want access. I want the water pipe to be right here. So let me grab some of the ultimate mechanical pipe. I grabbed way too much of it, to be honest. So I want to run this like so, because my pressurized reaction chamber will be right here. And I can actually make it so I can't even see the water system once I tile this back up. So let's grab the Jasper and fill this back in as much as we can. And that's fine. And then let's grab concrete, and let me make sure that I'm actually getting water, so that's cool. And then let's set up the centrifuge to actually output the gas to the right. And let me put this to accept gases from the left. So actually, it looks like I have something. Oh, sorry, I did output it. Sorry, there's just so little plutonium that I didn't notice it. So that was my bad. So I have the plutonium in here. We have the water. Now we actually need to get the fluorite in here, or the fluorite dust rather. So let's go ahead and actually, what I want to do right now is I want to run my ultimate pressurized pipe from the top. And I want to make sure that it's not going to connect with the centrifuge right here, which I should have known it from this not connecting right here. But what I want to do is I want to run this up. I'm also going to set this to be the output on the top. And then we're going to have input on every other side, basically. So I think I'm going to run this like so. And then this will go into basically my where I'm holding all of my waste. So yeah, that'll work fine. So let's build the fluorite system that I need to build, and that will be kind of right here. So I need fluorite. I need to enrich it and crush it. So I think I just need 2 machines here. So let me grab the ultimate universal cable. Let's set this down. First off will be enrichment, and then we need to have input from the right, and then output to the left, and then we do want auto output on, and then let's grab the ultimate crushing chamber, and we need to have this be input from the right, and then output to the left, and this needs to also be auto output on. And then I need to set up fluorite ore to be automatically injected into here. And let me grab this concrete, make this look nice and pretty, and let me see where my ME system access point is. Okay, so it's in here. I actually might be able to just run it kind of through here. So this is going to be a little bit messy, I guess, but that's okay. And I should probably go back to the other room and kind of mark out where I need that ME to come through. So I actually want it to come through right here. And I knew I'd have issues with sand here, but that's okay. Not really a big deal. Okay, I'm hoping I dug this far enough so that I will find it as I'm digging through the other way. And I'm not 100% sure I did. But you know what? We're gonna continue. I think I did. I think we got it just far enough. Yep, we got it far enough. So cool. Let's go ahead and fill in some of this. And I don't think there's any reason that I need that to be too high. So let me grab some ME conduit here, or some covered cable rather. So what was that noise? That's kind of scary. There's monsters about. So let me also grab some sand here. I think that's a phantom, but I'm not entirely sure. Phantoms are kind of new to me, to be honest. Let's go ahead and fill this in as much as we can and still be able to get out of here. Whoops, and I keep doing that. That's the third time I've done that. Okay, so that's cool. Let's run this through. So I can actually put a facade on this. And let's actually do that. Might as well make it look as neat as we can. So let's grab some facades. It's a lot easier to make it look neat now rather than trying to do it later. So let's go ahead and do that. And now let's run over here. And I should have pretty easy access to my ME system now. So let's go ahead and throw a facade on here and then run this cable straight down. And then we need an export bus set up to export fluorite ore. So let's get rid of some of the stuff that we don't need and that we actually want to keep. The marble and jasper I'm just going to toss. So one more thing here. I totally forgot about the solid output here, but that's not really a big deal. Let's grab that fluorite ore. And we do have plenty of that and some acceleration cards as well, just to speed things up. So let's get this installed. Let's tell it to export fluorite ore and then get this going. Let's go ahead and hit split mode. That is not totally necessary, but okay, so we're not getting energy in these. Did I screw up my energy here? Okay, so no, my reactor's not on is what the issue is. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and use marble and then stone to fill this back in. And then let's grab one concrete block and fill that in. And then let's go ahead and turn on the reactor for real. And then that system should get power. So what we're going to do is come over here because I do want this to be turning it on. I do want to hit activation mode here and then replace this. And now the reactor is on. As we can see, the coolant tank is empty, as is the waste tank. So what I want to do is I want to kind of calibrate this to make more power than it is right now, because right now it's not making very much power. It's just 33,000 forge energy per tick. Let's go ahead and crank this up to 4 millibuckets per tick, and that is because that is the amount of fuel I'm making. And yeah, that really cranks up energy production quite a bit. So that's good to see. Yeah, so that's cool. Let's see if we're acquiring any energy in our induction matrix here. Not really. So it looks like it's using all of the energy from here, pumping it into my system, which is actually not surprising because I have plenty of capacity left in my cable right here that needs to be filled. As you can see, it says 161.8, and actually it's going down. Not really sure why that is, but anyways, these are running, and yeah, I'm making 4 millibuckets per tick, so now I'm burning 4 millibuckets per tick, so we're kind of even on the fuel, which isn't a bad place to be honest. And let's see if this is running. This actually hasn't made anything yet. It requires 1,000 millibuckets of plutonium before it actually makes the solid here. So let's go ahead and set up the solid output. So we're going to eject out the face, and I do want this to be, I don't think I need an input there. I do need an input on the right side, sorry. So we have the fluorite dust in here now. That wasn't in there before. Let's grab some muffling upgrades because this stuff is just really loud right now. And get rid of some of the stuff we don't need, I don't think. And then let's muffle these machines. In the future, I will probably make them faster as well. Device online. So I need to set this up to be insert on the top. I don't know why I set it up to be insert on the left. So that's cool. That is running now. And now we have plutonium. So what I'm going to do with that plutonium is I'm going to grab a black hole unit. And I don't need like the biggest one. I can just use this one right here. And we're going to place this right here. And I do want this to be auto eject, so let's turn that on. And now we have plutonium pellets in here. I could set up a storage bus for that, and I probably will at some point, but for right now I'm not going to worry about it. It's just going to be stored there. And then yeah, this should run nice and easy. So we do have some spent nuclear waste in here, and so we need to store that. And so I have some waste barrels for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down these waste barrels around the exterior of my rooms here. And so the pattern that I'm going to use is kind of like this, and it's going to be kind of a double horseshoe, so something like this. And we actually need to connect up the ultimate pressurized tube from above, so let's grab a bunch of that and get to storing all of this waste that we don't need anymore. So actually I want to run this up and then over and down. Okay, so actually all of the waste probably went into this one barrel. So the cool thing about these barrels is that they actually are able to destroy nuclear waste. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. At a very, very slow rate. So it is very beneficial to store your nuclear waste or spent nuclear waste in these barrels rather than trying to store it in by other means, because these waste barrels do destroy the waste very, 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 very slowly. However, over time you will see the benefits of storing it in these barrels. So basically I'm just going to connect up these barrels with this pressurized tubing, and then I will kind of make the same pattern in the rooms below. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not super worried about it, because I have plenty of storage for right now. So as you can see, there is more waste in these barrels now. Most of these have 27 millibuckets. This one has 1,027 because it got the entire first load. But it looks like everything is running as intended. It looks like we're producing some energy. And yeah, it looks like everything is good to go. Let me make sure that we're getting some energy going this way. We should be, because these machines are running. Yeah, we got plenty of power over here. The machines are full of power. I think that is a good wrapping up point for today's episode. So in today's episode, I set up the induction matrix. And as this induction matrix fills up a little bit, which it's not right now, but as it does fill up, it will kick this reactor off automatically through this fission reactor logic adapter and basically my redstone inverter. My system right now will not actually keep this induction matrix very full. It will probably shut off somewhere around right here, but still that is actually a lot of power. Even this induction matrix being something like 1/8 full, that's a lot of power. And then after I set up that induction matrix, I went ahead and set up my waste management system, which is right here. It turns nuclear waste into spent nuclear waste, and it also gives me plutonium pellets. And yeah, my spent nuclear waste is stored in this room, and it will be stored in this room and this room as well. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.